Good evening, everyone. My name is Amanda Gorrin.
And my name is Smuss. To absolutely no one's surprise, the Trump administration has created even more problems for the average American citizen just trying to get by. Donald Trump put into place 3 executive orders recently. One of them enforced martial law that mandates professional truck drivers be fluent in English. The second one is an order to hinder prosecution against cops that have been accused of wrongdoing. In more lighthearted news, an advocacy group sued the Trump administration over deploying ICE agents in places of worship and schools when those areas are declared neutral ground. Additionally, the DOGE, or Department of Government Efficiency, is planning on reducing the full-time staff working in the Peace Corps. They're aiming to let go of a number of the 3,000 volunteers total that work in developing countries overseas and cooperate with the Peace Corps.
This past weekend, Harmony on the Hudson dazzled audiences as the Marist Music Program showed off their talent. On Saturday, Marist's Wind Symphony and Symphonic Band put on quite the show. Pieces such as Shenandoah moved audiences with the tremendous amounts of talent and emotion from student performers. On Sunday, the Marist Orchestra and Singers had their concert, showing off their hard work from the semester. The Marist Music Program is a key component of the Marist community, and they were proud to show off all the work they put in this semester. And now for our science report.
For the first time in over 30,000 years, the world is seeing what looks like dire wolves. On April 7th, the company Colossal Bioscience made a stunning announcement. They've brought back to life 3 pups, engineered to resemble the long extinct predators of the Ice Age. Big, snowy, powerful. They walk right out of a movie. But not everyone is cheering. Some scientists say that it isn't exactly what it seems. Why? Because these pups were made using gray wolf DNA, edited with tiny pieces of ancient code from fossils nearly 70,000 years old. So now they didn't just rebuild the whole dire wolves; they reimagined it. But Colossal says that it was exactly the point. Their goal wasn't the perfect copy; it was the traits, their size, the look, and the spirit of the animal. Chief Science Officer Beth said, we brought back extinct genes back to life in a living animal. I'm happy to call them dire wolves." And it gets more intriguing. A new study, which is not yet released, suggests that dire wolves may be closer to modern wolves than we first thought of. If it's if it's true, it could change everything, and it gives Colossal's creation a bit more credit. And yes, Colossal has other wild projects. Last month, they made headlines with something called woolly mice, tiny rodents that were inspired by woolly mammoths. Some call them science zoo exhibits. Others see hope. Wildlife genetics specialist Paul Wilson says this tech could save species in the brink of extinction. Like red wolves, fewer than 20 remains in the wild. Colossal hopefully uses cloning and gene editing to give them a fighting chance. They will be found with wild dogs they were also found in wild dogs in Texas with red wolf DNA still in their blood. Colossal calls them ghost wolves. They already cloned 4 pups, and one day they might roam free again. But here's the big question: are we witnessing a new era in science, or are we playing God? Critics worry what happens when we bring back these apex predators to our current world. Will it throw everything off balance? And what about the wolves themselves? Um, they're currently in a private location around 800 hectares, 10 around 10 full-time caretakers, no visitors, but they're alone. No pack, no species. And as one of the scientists put it, imagine being the only member of your kind on the face of the earth. So, is this a miracle of science or a warning? Only time will tell.
It's 4 in the morning, and guess where we're going?
The airport.
Yeah! We're going to Scotland. It's going to be fun. We're now going through security. Hi, Emma. And I should probably put this away. We're through security. Hi, guys. Say hi. Hey, there you guys say hi. No issues. Ryan was accused of foreign terrorism, but he's rich, so it's okay. What else? Well, now we're duty-free shopping because we have a while before our plane goes. So, guys, in another, view of the Europeans' estimate of the average American's intelligence, I'm pretty sure this is the American terminal because, we've got those and we've got that and we've got all of these. So I don't know. We've arrived in Edinburgh. Is that it?
I think it's Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. We have arrived in Edinburgh. We're now on a bus.
It was fine. Fancy bus.
Ryan. You can't hear me. But we're now headed to our hostel. It's going to be fun. So we've arrived in Edinburgh. And holy crow. Yes, Ryan is very excited as well. It is amazing here. I mean, look around. Look up the way. I almost fell there. It's gorgeous.
We're now doing a tour of Edinburgh Castle. It is pretty awesome.
So, didn't have to wait in line at all. Now we are inside the castle. There's like a little courtyard. It's very bright, but it's really awesome. Love it.
This is my favorite gate of all the gates. It is Fuchs Gate. We are in one of the castle's towers, and as you can see and probably hear, it's a pretty nice view. This is pretty cool. We left the castle and are now going to the National Museum of Scotland, where apparently the world's first cloned sheep resides. How do you feel about the cloned sheep, Ryan?
I think it's interesting.
Riley, why don't you tell us what this machine was used for?
Actually, public execution. To show absolute demonstrations of authority by a monarchy determined to maintain law and order. So
Wow.
things are fun,
So smart.
but it's better than the axe.
So we made it through the history, and now we get to the fun stuff. Pretty sure there's a hot air balloon down there.
The quest for the cloned sheep is proving harder than anticipated. So, yeah. Apparently.
This is taking us too far down.
Okay, we're going back up the stairs.
They're taking me to where it was.
Emma, what do you see?
Oh my God, it's Dolly the sheep.
Okay, visual contact on the sheep has been acquired. Emma is nearly catatonic with joy. I will keep you updated as the search continues. Are you ready to see the sheep?
Yes.
Are you psyched?
Yes.
You happy to see the sheep? So Emma, tell us about the sheep.
She was the first cloned animal to ever happen from the 1996. And I just remember learning about her in high school, and I was like, wow, that's so cool. And now she's right there. I'm really excited. Do you know how long she lived? I don't know.
All right, so we have arrived at our hostel. It's very fancy. We even have our own shower. And because we're such a large group, we get the room to ourselves. Say hi, guys.
Hey!
There's Gus. And we have a fantastic view of the bar. And I'm told that this stops at 1 a.m, so hopefully it won't be too loud. Guys, I'm having a conundrum. It's 25 pounds. And think of all the joy it would give me.
So we finished at the museum and decided to go for dinner.
True to form, we're getting pizza.
Their dinner's great. Well, the breakfast.
Maddie.
She's enjoying her food, man.
It was hard.
It has been approximately 100 days. It has been approximately 100 days since Donald Trump has wedged his way into our presidency. In that time, the global economic system that the United States has shaped and built and created for more than 3/4 of a century has fallen. There is a worldwide trade war happening in front of our eyes. The system of global economics is based on a belief that cooperation and consent are more important than coercion. And yet, we have failed. President Trump provoked a worldwide trade war, abandoning visions of mutual interests between countries in order to assume an appearance of a sharp and hard-hitting economic value. There is no larger purpose, no cooperation, a completely different vision than when America was beginning, and the tariffs he created are objectively flimsy. He preaches for the benefits of the tariffs he created for America, and yet seemingly doubles back on every tariff as soon as they're created to the public. So, how are we supposed to know? Don't get a job, kids.
Marist's Dance Ensemble Showcase was also amongst the festivities this past weekend. Their show, titled Limitless, sold out the McCann Arena for 2 shows, one on Saturday and one on Sunday. Genres featured include hip-hop, jazz, contemporary, ballet, tap, and theater, among others. The dances are student choreographed, flaunting what is taught in each weekly class by the student choreographers. Audiences enjoyed the performances in awe of the fact that everything is student-run. Another win for Marist students. And now for our sports report.
What's going on, sports fans? The 2025 NFL Draft has come and gone, and we've got some big storylines that began with the second overall selection when the Jacksonville Jaguars traded up for star wide receiver cornerback Travis Hunter. 8 picks later, Chicago elected for Michigan tight end Colston Loveland over Penn State tight end Tyler Warren. In fact, Warren received a prank phone call from former Jets head coach Jeff Ulbrich's son, Jax, when the Jets were on the clock. To wind out the first round, Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart was selected in the late first round after the New York Giants traded up to find the quarterback of their future. 15 picks later, at number 40, the New Orleans Saints found their future signal caller in Louisville quarterback Tyler Shuck. The biggest storyline also sprung from Colorado with their quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, son of NFL legend Deion Sanders, who fell all the way to the 5th round after some mock drafts projected him to go 3rd overall. He too received a prank call from Jax Ulbrich, and he now joins a crowded quarterback room in Cleveland that includes Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel, who was selected 2 rounds before Shedeur Sanders. Lastly, Texas Field General Quinn Ewers fell to the last selected quarterback in the draft after being projected as a first-round selection last year. On to the NBA for the 8 series currently going on. Despite a scary injury leaving Jimmy Butler questionable for tonight, the Warriors lead the Rockets 2-1. Anthony Edwards is simply unstoppable as Minnesota has a commanding 3-1 lead over LeBron's Lakers. An Aaron Gordon Game 4 winner leaves a critical Game 5 tonight in Denver with the Nuggets and Clippers series all knotted up at 2 apiece. A Ja Morant injury allowed a Thunder clean sweep of the Grizzlies to close out the West. Over in the East, and it's business as usual for Jason Tatum. He's back from injury and continues to fire on all cylinders. His Celtics lead the Magic 3-1. The Knicks-Pistons series heads to the Big Apple after controversial calls propelled a 3-1 New York lead. Up 3-0 in the series, looks like the Cavs will take care of the Heat tonight. And to wrap it all up, Damian Lillard's injury heading back to Indiana with the Bucks on the verge of elimination. All right, Poughkeepsie fans, here's an update on your Marist Red Foxes in and near the playoffs. Spring sports are in full swing, and men's lacrosse is in the MAC playoffs. They breezed past Manhattan 16-7 to advance in the MAC playoffs behind 5 goals from junior Peter Murray and hat tricks from Stephen Kane and Colin Patrick. Into the pool for water polo, and they dominated this year, finishing 24-11 with 8-3 conference play. Senior setter Ella Bumgarden earned All-MAC championship team and second-team All-MAC honors, while junior goaltender Inez Sanchez inked MAC All-Championship behind MVP chance in the team's 9-5 playoff victory over Villanova. The Foxes did, however, fall to Wagner in the conference championship for the 9th time in program history, 14-11. To wrap up the recap, what else is new? Marist softball dominating 39-7-1 overall with a 16-2-1 record in conference play. Foxes are on a 9-game win streak behind mind-blowing stats. A team average of 344, OPS above 1, 86 homers, and a program record 349 runs scored. On Tuesday, fifth-year Maya McDonald grabbed career homer number 50 and a MAC record 174 career runs scored with one swing of the bat. Over on the pitching side, and the Red Foxes have an ERA slightly above 2 with an impressive 19 shutouts over their 47 games played.
Hello again. My name is Bobby, and your last 2 riddles of this semester are: I am a protector who sits on a bridge. Only one person can see through me, while others cannot. What am I? Your hint is, in my tinted state, I guard thee from a light's harsh glare. All right, your time is up for that one. Your answer is sunglasses. Alrighty. And now for your second riddle, it is, I am filled with air and hide under your seat. Sit down and I'll give you a treat. What am I? Your hint is, I am silent but deadly's noisy cousin. Alrighty, time's up. The answer is a whoopee cushion. Thanks all for the fun. See you next time.
And if, finally, things could not get worse, Donald Trump is crafting and scheming the end of the automobile industry in America as we know it. For what reason? Who can say? He has enforced tariffs to protect the automobile industry from foreign competition. Protect. And at the same time, his policies created for the benefit of America isolate our automobile industry and therefore stifle any possible innovation or efficiency for technology in the future. Currently, U.S. automakers are falling behind in the worldwide race for electrification, digitization, and automation of vehicles. President Trump signed 3 executive orders intended to ramp up his immigration crackdown, including one instructing the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, and the Secretary of Homeland Security, DiNome, to pursue all legal and necessary remedies and enforcement measures against so-called sanctuary cities.
On Saturday, Marist football played their annual spring game. Before the game, there was a tailgate in the McCann parking lot hosted by the Marist Touchdown Club, and Coach Mike Willis gave a state-of-the-program address prior to the festivities. The game began around 6 p.m. with rainy conditions. Scripted plays and position drills were showcased in the first 90 minutes, with unscripted game action taking place in the final 20 minutes of the game. Marist football's 2025 football schedule has been released, with the first home game being on September 6th against Bucknell. Season ticket sales will begin in June. Let's go to our gossip queen, Nate, for our entertainment report.
Hey, all, you gossip goblins. It's your girl, Nate, serving you the piping hot pop culture tea. First, we have to talk about this year's Coachella. I mean, what even were those fits? They were as lame as my love life is. I mean, I wanted to see James Charles in a naked cowboy getup again. Also, word on the street has been, did Morgan Wallen and Lana Del Rey really kiss? Next, the new season of You, starring Penn Badgley, just came out on the 24th, and oh my God, girls, he's looking fine. Unfortunately, though, he won't be gracing our TVs, as this is the last season of the Bloody series. Going along with Bloody, did y'all see that brutal death of Pedro Pascal last week in The Last of Us? Oh my God, that man is even beautiful when he's dying slowly from a golf club. Even his murder agreed. The casting of the new Hunger Games movie Sunrise on the Reaping is being released day by day. And I just can't take it any longer. All of them are beautiful. I mean, Joseph Zeta, McKenna Grace, Jesse Plemons. Oh my. Damn, this report lasts about as long as Katy Perry's life-altering space trip. Anywho, that's all the tea I have for today's besties. Have a blessed day, and remember, keep sparkling. Everyone say it with me. Chicken jockey.
And that's all. Hold on, there seems to be a special report for our last news show of the semester. It's our pleasure to introduce for the first time on MCTV our presidential reporter, President Kevin Weinman.
Hello, Marist students. My thanks to your classmates at MCTV for asking me to record an end-of-year message. First, I can't believe this academic year is almost over. But we're not done yet. Lots of exciting events to come, like Silver Needle Runway, Kurska and honors thesis presentations, Playwrights Festival, Dance Ensemble, so many music performances it's hard to count. Riverfest, several spring sports teams are gearing up for the MAC championships, and then of course commencement for our graduating seniors and grad program students. This is definitely the best time of the year, but it's been a great year all throughout. It's really an exciting time to be at Marist. We have so much momentum right now, as I'm sure you all can feel. It seems like ages ago we opened the new Dyson Center, but that was only back in September. I love that no matter when I walk into Dyson, morning, noon, or night, it's packed with students studying and socializing. I also love seeing faculty and staff connecting with each other and with students. It's become a hub of campus activity. Of course, we achieved a major milestone in the history of Marist by becoming Marist University. I had the honor of breaking the news at our annual holiday party in Manhattan in December, just a few hours after we learned of the state's approval. I'll never forget the gasps and shouts of joy from the alumni, parents, and students in attendance. Then, of course, we had University Day on January 29th, a sea of red as over 1,000 people filled every corner of the Dyson Center, while over 3,000 others joined online from around the world. It really was an incredible sight. Throughout the year, we brought the world to Marist and Marist to the world in a big way. In the fall, over 400 students studied in Florence, by far an all-time high. Beth and I enjoyed visiting students in Florence and Dublin in the fall, and I made my first trip to India to continue to tell the Marist story in a country that has already produced students who have earned over 400 Marist degrees at the undergraduate and graduate levels over the years. A special shout out to our senior class. You've made it. I know from my discussions with you that this is a time of mixed emotions as you wind down your time here. You've come a long way. I arrived here just a few weeks after many of you in October of 2021. It's been a joy to watch you grow and develop along the way. You will always be a special class to me, so make these last few weeks memorable. Savor every moment in and out of the classroom. To everyone, good luck on finals. Let's finish the year strong and then enjoy a well-deserved summer break. Thank you all for a great year. Go Red Foxes.
And that's all we have for tonight. Or is it? We have a very special day here tonight. Very special group of people and a very special guest. A very special birthday.
Aww.
Look who it is. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amanda. Happy birthday to you. That was 19-year-old.
Thank you.
Oh, we're doing the sign up. Everybody, thank you, New York, and good night. My name is Amanda Smuss,
I'm Amanda Gorrin, and
this
this
is
is
MCTV
MCTV
News.
News.
We love you. Happy night.